Okay, this is a little video for the Crockers, specifically for Jason Crocker, who is in the middle of Oklahoma somewhere in a tent at the moment, starting to build their homestead. I'm going to show you what we did, and maybe you can get some tips out of that. Okay, our land, like your land, is up on a ridge. I don't know if you could see down that, but it's pretty steep. It goes 210 feet down this way into Spirit Hollow. And when we first bought the land, we started with this. And a couple people helped me do it, but there's not much to it. What we did, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is just 4 holes dug into the ground, and with big 4x6 posts going into the ground, and then we filled that with concrete. And then we have a double 2x6, treated 2x6 frame. It's staggered. I don't know if you could see that, but it's doubled all the way around. And then it has just joist hangers for 16 on center 2x6s going across. Not a lot to it. I mean, this part, it probably took less than a day to build the platform, and then a bit longer to build this because it has an upstairs and the gambrel roof. We did the roof trusses back at our house and drove them out here on our truck. But you could do a regular roof real easy and still have sleeping quarters up there. When we bought the land, they had a hose coming out of the ground right here with a valve on it with water. There's the curb stop for turning it on and off right there. So what we did was, this has changed over the years, but it always had the pipe coming out and then going. This is where it was connected. We just connected that to the water, and then we have a sink. Whoops, excuse me. We have a sink and stuff in there, and we had the little bubbler because we had kids out here, and bubbler is a Wisconsin word. You might call it a water fountain or drinking fountain where you are. And we had this catchment and stuff. This is getting old and falling apart, but this caught water for a garden for years, but now it's getting a little bit decayed. Caught the rainwater there. It would fill up, and then it's got a spigot at the bottom, but you don't need that stuff. But anyways, so we had the water right here, connected the water to it, and we had utilities over here. So I ran a wire to this short little distance to the building here, and voila, we had water and telephone and electric. I don't know if you have those utilities run to your land yet or not, but this is a great way to hook them up. Just build something right by where your utilities end up, and even if you can't do the water, you can always do a water tank up high and then run it down to a sink or something. This sink was in my grandfather's house. This is from the 1930s, and when remodeling happened, I salvaged it, and then I made this. This has got that thick polyurethane on it, and it's on a big heavy-duty bracket at this corner, and then it's screwed to the wall and screwed to the wall over there. And you can see all the plumbing. My wife picked this up at a rummage sale, little water heater, so it's got hot and cold running water. And you can see it says $15, but Don't let that fool you. I believe she talked them down to $10 on that. She's good at that. She's a rummager, like a second generation rummager. Her dad does it as well. Water filter and the valves and all that stuff. But with this setup, we had figured we'd use this, and we do use it for storage once we built the house. And I just did this last year because I had our boy and his fiance came up here and they stayed in here, so I put the AC in here because it was middle of summer. It was pretty damn hot. So we used this for years before we built up here, and we put everything we would need when we came up to visit the land on these shelves. And we had we had a stove and a microwave and all that stuff, so when we visited we could live pretty comfortably. We have a bedroom upstairs, which is not a bedroom anymore. Light switch right there. Now I made this ladder at our house 300 and some odd miles away, as well as these trusses up here. And what else did I pre-make? Oh, the doors. And there's a door for the gable end up there, which I never put on. Hopefully you'll be able to see. That is the number 1 only, pee only toilet, and it flushes and everything. And then we had a queen size bed up here and place for clothes and all that stuff. And you can see lighting. It still has the old curly lights in it. And it's just storage now, and bugs and whatever. But plenty of room when we came up to the land. So you may want to do something like this before you do your tiny house, because you can come back and forth and stay in it. You could stay for extended periods of time and not have to worry about building real high quality, something you're going to live in, until you have a place where you can stay while you're doing it. There's a video, I'll link to the video up above. There's another video where I show all about this toilet, but it's basically a big red funnel and rings of plywood. I actually have the instructions for it. You could get a closer view in the other video, but it works like a spit sink. You pull the lever and it swirls around and completely cleans it. No urine smell. And then it just drains out into hold on, let me get down. Here is where the drain comes down. You open this up in the winter and drain the water out. Everything was made so that it could be winterized. What else? Oh, when we were doing some remodeling, we put the washer and dryer out here. So we have a washer hook up there and a dryer vent right here. Looks like we got some mice in here. I have to deal with that. But that's about it. Now we use it. We have a fridge out here, separate fridge. You could put a freezer and all that stuff once you build your house. But we moved in to this, and then we had a tent set up right here that had all of our tools, our table saw and all that stuff, while my son and I built this house. This is from last summer, the addition back here. I'm still working on that. But we had help from a friend as well, and I actually worked inside here because we had internet in the back corner here. I was working in the state of Washington for a company doing like AutoCAD stuff. It's actually Autodesk Inventor. I do 3D modeling, so I was working on that in here during the day and being foreman for my son and this other guy while they worked on the house, and occasionally giving them detailed drawings, and then I would work on this at night and on the weekends. And it took us from June 3rd until the middle of November to get into it. And originally this house is only, I think it was 1,200 square feet, and now we added that breezeway onto the back, so it's a little bigger now. But it's a little bit bigger than a tiny house, but it's super insulated, so it costs almost nothing to heat in the winter. Well, not almost nothing, but it's much cheaper than your average house. And back here, there's a video on this too. I'll put the link above. We had a shower that we used the year that we built the house. We used this shower, outdoor shower, until, it was like mid-November, until it froze that year. We got real lucky with that. So we showered outdoors until November 5th, November 10th, something like that. And then this was winterized every year as well, and I just took it down last year, and we built the house in 11. So we used this all summer long, and I really miss it. We're planning on building another one, but we did the addition this last summer, and that took up all of my time. We plan on doing one down in the woods there, do another outdoor shower with an outdoor tub, which is over there. We bought a cast iron clawfoot tub that we're going to put outdoors, but that got put off as well because of this. So in an upcoming episode, we'll build that, and we'll have a tub and a shower down in the woods down there. But anyways, right here hangs, what is that, EcoTemp? Yeah, there it is right there. I got to get that indoors before it gets covered. But that is the water heater. It runs off of propane and has a battery igniter. So all you need is one of them little propane tanks. You can hang that from a tree and get yourself a shower right away if you want. Very, very nice to have one of those. And I think that's about it. That opening up there, we had an AC up there when we were living in here. It was over 100 several times that summer. So that was a lifesaver. And then we just covered that up and had no AC in here until last year when I put it in the door. And the only reason I did that is because the doors are coming out, and we're going to put a single door in there probably next summer. So I think that is about it. But like I said, 4 holes in the ground and then just a square or a rectangle. This is 10 by 12 feet. And I used treated ply for the floor. Really important. You'd be falling through the floor right now if that wasn't treated ply. So doubled 2x6s for the rim, and then just 2x6s going across, 16 on center, and then treated ply, 3/4 inch ply for the floor, and use deck screws, treated wood screws on that. Once you have the platform, you can put your tent on it for a while until you get the framing materials, but you can frame up walls and put a normal rafter roof on it really quick and get it skinned with, this is thin stuff, that 3/8 inch siding material, but you can get T111, which is a bit thicker, or pretty much anything. You don't have to go through all the hassle of shingling. This goes up so quick. It's just, it's 4x8, so there's 3 sheets going across, and a little more than 2 sheets going on the sides. So that'll wrap it up. we're getting some snow here, so I got to get some more things done. If you're not subscribed to the channel, take the time and subscribe right now. We do a lot of stuff here. If you got any questions or comments, put it in the comment section below. I pretty much answer them all. And if you give the video a thumbs up and or share it, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.